Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video for Conan Exiles. Today in this video, folks, what I intend to do is I would like to test out the saddles. Now for this I'm going to do 2 tests, and they will be time tests, at least the first part of it, in which I will test to see which saddle is the fastest, I suppose, with a timer, and see what saddle gives us the best distance. And then the other one will be a test in where I will test out the turning circles per saddle. So with that being said and done, I do hope that you guys enjoy this and that you get some useful information out of this. If you like this video, please don't forget to support it by hitting that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already. So this is what I'm going to be using. This is a horse right there, and as you can see, I've got all of the saddles that you can craft without any DLCs. So these are all the saddles, and as you can see on the Achillion Saddle, one will have maneuverability, so that's the Achillion Saddle, and the Savage Cavalry Saddle will have speed. This is what I'm actually looking at. I'm going to compare these 2 saddles with the first 3 heavy saddles. So that's the point of this video. We're going to see which one does the best, and hopefully by the end of this video we will have some information to suggest which one would be best to craft. So as you can see, when I place them on, nothing really changes with regards to the stats of the horse. So if they do have any armor values or different armor values that don't really reflect in the stats, and I've had a look in the information of the horse as well with them, I couldn't find anything that changed. So there aren't any modifiers to actually be open or visible. So that's pretty much it. These are the saddles that I'll be looking at. We'll start off with this. I have created a little area where we're going to be testing it. So as you can see, nothing really changes here, and that's kind of the same for all of the saddles. So here we are with the area where we're going to be testing. This is the starting area. This is where I'll start the sprint. So the idea is I'm going to line up with this block right here for as best as I can, at least, and then I'll start the sprint. Once I start the sprint, I'll start a timer, and we'll see how far we get with it in full sprint. And obviously once I run out of stamina, or once the horse runs out of stamina, I will stop the timer. I've already started doing this. I forgot that I wasn't recording, so I do have a block placed, and I kind of know where this one is going to run out of stamina. In this first section, I'm going to test completely all of the saddles. We'll see if there's any difference between the armored saddles and the Achillion and the cavalry saddle, or I think that's what it was called anyways. So let's see, and we stop at 38 seconds. And so this is the distance you'll get from this particular saddle. Now I'm going to line up again, and we will try out another saddle, and we'll see what difference that makes in our sprint. So we'll take this one off. We'll put on the next one. I'm going to do this in the order in which the saddles are in the horse's inventory. Now also important to note here is the fact that I don't know if weight affects the speed and sprint and distance. So I do have stuff in my inventory. Here we go. So the first time was 38 point something, closer to 39, but I'm just going to go 38 seconds just to round it off. And I'm just going to basically, if it's not gone to 39, no matter how close it was to 39, I'm just going to count it as 38. That's just the way I'm going to do it this way around. I guess I was closer to 39 that previous run at least. So I can see the block in front. We seem to be doing about the same with regards to stamina and distance. Now there is a speed saddle. I can't really test that out because I haven't got another player to test that out with. And there we go, 38.62 seconds. So roughly about the same distance. I think the other one was 38.90 something. So we'll change out saddles again. Now we can assume that the speed saddle is slightly faster than the other saddles. As I said, I haven't got a way of testing that one out, to be fairly honest. I mean, in this video, if you go back, you can kind of test the distance that we do it in, what time we do it in. So I suppose that is one way to kind of show off the distance. So I'm going to just back up here a tad bit, and that would show us if there is a difference in speed. But for the purposes of this video, we can assume that that saddle is a bit faster. I'm more curious to see what the difference between the Achillion and the speed saddle is between these, or compared to these three saddles. So once again, straight line sprint. We'll see where we run out of stamina. Once I run out of stamina, I will put on the brakes on this horse. So I will press the S key, sorry, to try and stop him as close as I can to the point where the horse runs out of stamina. Okay, we're about to run out of stamina now, and stop. So again, I could say 38 seconds, same distance, so that seems to be fairly consistent. Now off to the next saddles. Line up the horse. Now the horse does take a while to get to full speed, but I am counting from the moment that I start sprinting, not from the moment the horse has reached full speed. Alright, so we'll go with this one, and then we have the Achillion Saddle right now. So this is what it looks like. Let's see what this gives us. This is apparently maneuverability, and let's go. So because this is maneuverability, what I'm going to do after this test is I will set up a different area where I have more space, and I will sprint in a circle. That is where, by my guesstimation, we should see the difference in maneuverability between the saddles. And based off of that, we could probably assume or make a fairly accurate prediction as to which saddle would be better depending on what you want to use it for. So already the Achillion Saddle is going much further than all of the other saddles so far. I am trying to keep this horse in a straight line, but I did not expect it to go this far. There we go. So I'll place another 2 blocks right here. We're going to walk back to the starting point and we'll see what the other saddle actually gives us. So I could say safely that the block would be somewhere at the front of this horse. That is kind of where we ran out of stamina. So I'll place it somewhere maybe around here. I did try and stop him as quick as I could. Now I didn't build a race course because that will take forever. It's just a waste of time and resources. There are plenty of areas in the game where they are pretty straight, so there's no point in actually building anything. So definitely, as you can see right here, more use of your stamina, more distance for your stamina. So that's pretty good. The horse is the exact same, so that kind of shows us what's what. So I'm going to line them up. We're going to change out the saddle. We're going to see what we get for the speed saddle. So we'll take this one off, and then I'm going to put this one on. So that's the Savage saddle. Here we go. I'm fairly lined up. I'm going to try and do a bit better than before. Try and keep this as fair as I can, at least. And here we go. Let's see how far we get with this. This is apparently speed, meant to be faster. So the average times were somewhere around 38 seconds for the previous saddles. Let's see how this goes. Alright, we're coming up on 25 seconds. We're about to run out of stamina. 28. 30. Okay, so a bit faster. I reckon if this had enough stamina, we'd kind of get there around maybe 35 seconds. So about 2 seconds faster, I could estimate. Not significantly faster, but still, you know, speed is still speed. So this is where we stopped with the horse. So maybe another 2 seconds on top of that to get to that block. And yeah, so maybe 2 seconds faster per full charge of stamina. Next up, I'm going to test out the maneuverability. And so for that, I have a separate course that I am going to be testing that on. It's going to involve running in a circle. I want to see what the maneuverability does compared to speed and the other saddles. So this is my racing course. I've set up again 2 blocks on top of each other. You can see another block in the distance. So that would be the circle or the turning circle or the normal saddles at full sprint. So I'm going to get a bit of a running start to get the speed built up, and then after I pass this block I will do a full turn at full sprint and we'll see what happens. So as you can see, we're going on the outside of this block. We'll do another run of this. So this is the normal saddles. I'll do another lap just to kind of show you that it is consistent. Again, outside of the block or foundation. And so that is what this will give us. Not a bad turning circle. Obviously still quite large, but there are ways around it, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm going to line up the horse again. I'm going to change out the saddle. We're going to use a different saddle this time around. Now I'm not going to test out the 3 main saddles. We want to see the main saddles compared to the other one, so we'll go with this one for now. This one is the speed saddle, and we'll see what this one does in terms of the turning circle. Slightly shorter than previously. We'll do 2 laps just to make sure that it is consistent. And yeah, the turning circle is consistent. So as you can see, there is a bit of a difference right there. I'm just going to do another one just for the purposes of consistency. Yeah, that's pretty consistent to me. And finally, we're going to test out the Achillion Saddle. Don't know why I wanted to call it Achillion for some odd reason. It's just that cute, and I thought it'd be funny, but no, it's not funny. So let's put that one on, and we'll see what the difference is. Now, this is apparently good for maneuverability. Let's see what that means. I didn't mark out the turning circle for the other ones, but you can see right here that it is somewhat smaller, and I am referring to the turning circle right now. You can see it's quite a bit smaller compared to the other 2 saddles. So in my opinion, based off of these tests, the Achillion, oh my lord, I need to stop doing that. The Achillion saddle is definitely better than all the other saddles in terms of the amount of distance that you get for your stamina, as well as the turning circle. In terms of armor, I haven't really seen any differences in terms of armor value, so I kind of wish if there was an armor value on these saddles that it would show up. Other than that, I'd say that the speed saddle is somewhat faster, not by much, but I definitely favor the Achillion saddle. And if not, I'll probably just go with the normal saddles. The speed saddle doesn't really make much of a difference in my opinion, not for the amount of distance covered within a specific time span. So I mean, it's still good, it's faster, but not by much. I expected a bit more. That is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please do not forget to support me in the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. And of course, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.